Well, well, well. 3D bowl's all full of water. Some definite OPSEC leak there. Hope no one else caught that. Hmm. Okay, welcome back to Death Engineering in a Kerbalism career. Trying to recover the Kerbalism career reputation points after our Duna mission here. Actually, you know what? I haven't even gone to the astronaut complex to see how many folks we lost there. So it was Valentina, we know, and only 2 others. Although losing Buzz and Duke, that was a loss. So I did lose a scientist and a pilot. And of course, Valentina was very early on. It's too bad the dates aren't there, are they? No. That would have been kind of wild, but we know that Valentina was lost pretty much in that first year. First moon flyby attempt. However, we have a mission. Now, we are attempting this for the 4th time. This exact same crew flew out to the moon, and when they got there, someone in mission control had targeted space debris instead of their actual lander, which, they didn't have enough fuel to rendezvous with the lander at a much higher inclination, so they had to come home. We launched them again on another mission. We had a skipper failure. That's what it was. The skipper is our kicker engine, the kicker engine to get us out to the moon. It failed to light, and so we had to turn him around and bring him home. Then we got these guys out here, and my cat ran across the keyboard. I'm not sure if that's considered a water hazard or some sort of feline hazard or something. I don't know, but my cat literally ran across the keyboard and shut the game down. So that basically effectively ended the stream just prior to docking, it looks like. So we are a minute away. Let's go have a look at our lander, make sure we're targeting all the way around there. I'm gonna have to put some lights on this thing. Landing lights. Oh, easy. This is pretty good control authority. We'll use this to slow us down. Hop back over. And while the stream was launching, I also took a moment to locate our landing zone and put a marker down. So I'm pretty sure it's there. I don't know exactly. I've been there before, and I do remember this crater that hung over the edge. That's kind of my indicator. We get a bit. No, you have to get closer to that. All right, these two dock. So, this is waiting. I think we've done all the science we can do with our lander in this current orbit here. I don't actually have crew report running. Oh, it is. Oh, of course, I started it here, but it's waiting. That's fine. Oh, we have a mystical guest joining us. Welcome. Happy Friday. I wear my sunglasses at night. Right, we need to pick a crew, obviously. We need to bring John Gar. John Gar is getting a lot of healthy experience. And he'll sit in the driver's seat. And decision, probably bring the scientist. Good old Bill. I'm considering bringing Bill on the next mission to Duna, even though we've already lost Buzz and Newt. I would hate to lose Bill. But he is going to make another landing here and then over to Minmus, and that's going to give him all kinds of experience. Alright, what do we need to do here? I think we're good to go. This thing's got kind of a butt tank on it there. This tank will drop at some point during the descent. Thrust to weight ratio on this thing is really bad. Looks like we're gonna have to wait a couple of days for a landing site to come into plane. Solar panel fail on one of the relay satellites. That's fine. We don't need it right now. A lot of the equipment on these satellites is definitely getting older. I think I launched most of these relay satellites sometime around year 3. Oh, something's happening. And we're what now? Just about year 11. That's cool. You're almost Happy New Year, actually. Right, that is our approximation landing zone. And I'm wishing once again that I had landing lights in this thing because it is going to be dark. All right, we have to enable trajectories. Let's set up some sort of an initial burn. The thrust rate ratio on this thing is 4. It does, however, land. In fact, this exact configuration has been sent successfully to Ike. Roughly. Let's give us some braking time here. We'll make that our initial burn. That'll probably be enough to drop the tanks. Pretty much 221 versus 128. Oh, let's turn this view around. There we go. And 13 minutes to PDI. It's coming up quick to get into position. The torque on these little reaction wheels is quite powerful. Looks Looks like all the engines are on. Staging's ready to drop our descent tank. Let's keep this up here until we don't need it anymore. Ooh. We got you. You know what, John Gar? You're going to be able to hold that maneuver node all by yourself next time you come out here. Looks different. Oh, no, that's right. There we go. All right. Let's set up another deceleration burn. We do not want to take any chances. See comment earlier. Thrust to weight ratio is poo. All right, another 140 meters per second. And excellent. That's going to burn the rest of our drop tank. And then we will then drop the drop tank. Second descend burn, 4 minutes. It's getting lovely out there, nice and dark. Why is this thing drifting? Some sort of power prop? No? Weird. Here's our fuel tank. Done. Stage, bye. We won't need that anymore. How are we looking? Not too bad. And I have another cat who's threatening to run across the keyboard, and luckily I have my defensive shields enabled. Why is this? There we go. Get away, let go. Thank you. Jeez. All landing legs deployed. Never had a failure on those. Not bad. Kilometers, 350 meters per second. That doesn't sound like a risk, but this thrust to weight ratio is just dreadful, so we're going to drop this down a bit. In fact, let's try to come in from the shallow part of the crater. Gives us a lot of wiggle room. From where this marker is to where this red X is, it's probably a good half a kilometer altitude. You can see the shadow here. Let's pull these things in. Come on, come on, come on. flat. 4 kilometers. I like my markers off. I think that marker is actually down into the valley there on the other side of the crater wall. This isn't bad. I think we are pretty close. In fact, I can see it right there, I think. Yep, there it is. Holy cow. I've officially been playing this game for too long when I can pick this thing off a map by sight. And what was it we're looking for? Wow. Let's wait for the reveal. We shall take our scientists. Out you go. All hatches obstructed? I don't think so. It's impossible. How do you get in? Go. Oh, wait. We have contractual obligations to meet. Contract complete. What's that? So that was worth 24 plus our bonus, so 36, and 3 science points, 3 prestige points, just for coming after and planting the flag. Jesus, this thing is hard to find. There we go. The thing about space is that it's black. And the thing about this thing is that it's black. All hail the monolith. I don't know why the lights aren't shining up the engravings on it, but it does say squad on there. I mean, an eclipse or something? Weird. Oh, there it is. Oh, you gotta get really close. That's crazy. There we go. Floyd monkey. Surface sample. Waiting. Oh, wow. Apparently we've been somewhere near here. Same with PDA report? Or it's because we're flying. What's the deal here? Invalid situation. Yeah, falling. Is it invalid situation? Waiting. Okay, we have apparently landed on something similar to this, or a similar crater anyway. Let's go. Will the Magneto thingy work out here? Magneto spectrometer. Fall through the floor. Right. What is it? Magnetometer boom. It's 3D. And the answer is no. It does not work on the surface. Kind of makes sense. What's this thing doing anyway? Surface scanner. Ah, run analysis. I have not said that before. Very cool. So what do we have here? Some sort of analysis. Is it done? Is it it? Don't see any timer on it like normal Kerbalism parts. What happens if I transfer data here? Nothing. Well, let's just assume that it's done what it needs to do. That's a new part for us in this mission. Just unlock that. Oh, seismic scan is still running. 14 days. I don't think these guys have life support for 14 days. That's done. That's done. Waiting. How about this? Waiting. You are not getting a lot of science out of here. Do they have 14 days of life support? Ah, look at that. We are so quickly unlocking all of our strategies again after all the dreadful deaths to Duna and back. Let's clear these out. Well. 14 days life support. Let's see, what do we have here on board? Nope. Aye. Come on. Two hours to lift your charge. How about if we extend our solar panels? That might help a little. 31 days of food, 24 days water, 49 days oxygen, enough nitrogen to recompress 61 times. However, cramped life support, which is not great. I don't really want to leave them out here for 31 days. Where are we actually? Where are we in comparison? Oh good, we're right in the middle of where we would be if there was a solar flare. So, is it worth the science? No, it's not worth the science. Since the whole idea was to come out here, get the mission done, plant our flag. Attempt to use our scanning arm, actually, now that I think of it. Now, the scanning arm, also a new part I have just unlocked, and to be fair, I've never actually even played it in game. So, what does it do? No target in range, so it needs one of those little blippity things, which should be extremely easy to spot with, what the thing's called here? Parallax. Now, is this one of the things it needs to find? I don't even know what I'm looking for. However, it doesn't have what it needs in range, so I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time trying to find it. Hey, Colin, Mr. Bogart, welcome aboard. Do I need to do anything else down here? I do not think so. Alright, well, let's just wait for our taxi. A problem with a reaction wheel on a probe that isn't no longer even crewed. Not a probe. No command module. Yeah, that's good. I don't need it anymore. I think that Kerbalism tells me all these wonderful failures, but I should probably turn all those things off. I'm sure there's a way to do that. Log. Fails. That does not appear to be it. This looks like possible failures on the parts on board. Weird. Hey, what is might? And what's might on the probe core? That should have been started. Is there a button for my science? To be fair, I did create these craft about a year ago, so I kind of don't remember all the commands on all of these ones. Solar panel antenna. Not just solar panel antenna and engines. Okay, let's shut the engines down then. So somewhere in here there's a probe core that has a science experiment on it. I've brilliantly hidden it inside maybe a fuel tank? More likely up here. I guess this is one thing KSP2 did better. Don't tell anybody I said that, please. Where is that dang probe core? Oh, that sounds like something I would have attached it to. Yep, there it is. Boom. Lock. Might. Invalid situation. Oh, I'm so glad I fought for that. Nothing else I need to worry about on here. Okay. You know, I really need to play Kerbalism more, because I bet you I could have just turned it off from here. Yes. I am a fool. Waiting stopped. That's fine. Oh, is it lighting up the parts where they are? Whoa. Oh, that is wild. I heart Kerbalism. One of these days I should see if Sir Mortimer has a donation page. Okay, our taxi is on its way. We've kind of slightly missed it, but we'll catch it. Which way do we need to go? Going down. Light 'em up. marked it at around 50, wasn't it? 53 by 52. That should be fine, just fine. Minutes, 291 meters per second burn, 27 seconds. Solar panels are deployed. Let's pull in the gear. So the plan for these two guys. John Gar is coming home. Bob is coming home. However, the engineer, who is on our taxi, he's going to be staying in the lunar lander, whatever you want to call it, until the next mission comes out to pick him up. The reason being is that the next mission is going to come out, bring fuel, supplies, a new crew, and then the whole lot is going to take off to Minmus and do the exact same thing, and then everyone will come home. That's the plan. It's not a perfect plan because technically the pod that brought everybody out here doesn't actually have enough fuel to get home. I'm kind of hoping that I can transfer some fuel off the moonlander here onto our pod. If we don't, that's going to completely botch our plans, and there will have to be a plan B that may include trying to steal some fuel from one of these here. There are a few other versions of this moonlander floating around, but nothing in quite an inclined orbit as this, and I think it would take a good 500 meters per second to alter its orbit and rendezvous. So it would need to have a lot of fuel on board, and they do not have 400 meters per second of fuel margin when they do a standard moon landing. As you can see, there's 300 left, 900 here. Not quite. Burn 30 seconds. Just skip ahead a bit. We have 20 ignitions remaining on these sparks. That ought to do it. Let's go for a look. Where's my inclination? 1.2 degrees. That is definitely within margins. We're probably looking at a couple hours of orbits before we can actually meet them. Got it. 800 meters. See if we can tweak it down a little. Not good enough. Okay, 11 meters per second in 1 hour, 35 minutes. Boot it. Come on. Free Willy. There we go. 32 kilometers away. Well, we're now close enough that we could do the EVA from here, but let's try to bring him closer, maybe even dock. 11 meters per second. What's our model prop looking like here? Sorry, yeah, nope. 102. That's quite a bit. Right, let's see what we got. 915 meter gap. Let's try to bring that down.
Right.
500 meters in 29 minutes. That's good enough for now. We're going to be going pretty slow by the time we get there. 20 meters or so, it looks like. .9 meters per second. That is nice and casual approach. Hey, what's that out there? Can't be Minmus. Is that a UFO? Weird. Focus on the mission. Speaking of UFOs, there's a UFO in KSP, and there's a new release of the volumetric clouds, which I am pretty excited to try. In fact, I resubbed to BlackRock's Patreon today. I never should have unsubbed, honestly. But happy to resub so I can get the new version of the volumetric clouds. And when I was watching Shadowzone's video on the volumetric clouds today, milk came out of my nose. I was so shocked, and I wasn't even drinking milk. It's pretty intense. 2 minutes away. Okay, let's slow her down. Let's bring it down to 5 meters per second to give us... Actually, we're still closing in pretty quick, 22 seconds. I'm not going to have too much time here. There we go. Starting to slow her down to a nice crawl. That's more like it. See you somewhere. Boop. Right, bring him in. Okay, primary mission complete. Let's bring the experiments over. Is there any left on here? I'm not sure. Looks like that's full. Let's make sure that we haven't left anything behind. But can we transfer fuel? I'm kind of thinking I can't, but let's find out. Talk about coasting in on fumes. 1.87 out of 198. Nice. Right down to that 1% margin. Okay. Fuel tank. Fuck. Other fuel tank. No. No fuel transfer permitted. Well, let's just double check. Cross feed's on there. Cross feed's on there. Yeah, the problem here is that we can't transfer fuel through heat shield. So, as a result of X and Y equaling Z, we have very little choice but to... Do I even want to bring this along? No, I don't. We shall drop the main command module part. We will drive from here. Make sure the engines are on. 417 meters per second. From a polar orbit? That might be tight. That's fine. We have the backup engines on the command module, which are good for about 120 meters per second. So we are fine. But it's pretty close. This isn't even remotely optimal, but that's fine. What do we got? We need to go that way. No. Actually, that's perfect location. So we are leaving from a near optimal alignment with return trajectory. Look at that, 230 meters per second. You can't get a better deal than that. It's not quite home, but it's close and close. Look at that, 257 meters per second. Easy. So, that being the case, 257 meters per second. Let's just double check. We don't have the ability to do that with just the command pod. That means we actually have to do a little bit of quick saving and slightly undocking. Just to have a little look to see what this thing actually does have on board. 196 plus a lot of monoprop. 196 to 257. Is that 63 meters per second in monoprop? It is, what is it, 90? 90 units? What is under this thing? Okay, so it's just 8 of these. That's good to know. This is a transfer data here button too. Let's go back to that. Okay, well, let's go back to plan B. We're not going to take this thing to Minmus after all. We're going to count our chickens lucky that we were able to pull off that polar moon landing, get our flag planted, good prestige points, couple science points. And we will take these guys home and burn them eyeballs out. We better get everybody over there. Alright. And we discovered there's a probodobodobodine on this thing, which means we can just make sure we have all the science points on board. Yeah, okay, good. Minutes to our return burn. Kind of a shame to use this thing as a kicker stage, but what happens when you're playing in a game that sometimes there are failures in the parts, as there was in this case. Do what you can. Actually, pretty lucky we got for this mission to come off as it was. Our 4th time attempting to pull this polar landing off. Oh, looks like there's a place where we got that soil sample the first time. It's a drag we didn't get any unique science points for hitting that crater. Good thing we did get that little bonus of cash for planting the flag as a contract, though. That's going to help offset the costs of basically flying this mission 4 times. How are the funds doing anyways? 29. So that was basically $1 million funds for that mission. That was ridiculously expensive. "15 seconds. We had a nice, long, slow burn. Not really made to do this kind of return burn for the whole stack, but we don't have a whole lot of choices now. Just want to get them home. That should do it. Now the command pod does have a fuel cell built in, so it can supply a bit of power, but we're going to drag everything along here just with these solar panels, because the command pod does have a fuel cell, but not a lot of batteries, and it's a long ride home. What does that say? 58? 68. That is not going to do it. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's bring him home. Actually, what do we have to make sure we have something to launch here? I saw a notice that something was just out of the factory. What was it? Oh, Sentinel-2. Excellent. Let's roll the Sentinel-2 out to... I guess it doesn't matter. They're all level 3 now. Yeah, so they were 10 days away from having that refuel mission anyways. Now we got a refueling mission for the lander. We're not going to have a lander out there anymore. Which basically means we can deprioritize this project. That should be fine. Okay. Production has been reprioritized due to our, well, pretty bad luck actually trying to complete this polar landing. Looks like we have a eclipse traversing across the surface. Or is that translating across the surface? Is that eclipse going to find us? Something's happening. What do we got? Ah, the Sentinel row looks complete. Terrific. We'll bring these guys home and then we'll fly the Sentinel up. Sentinel is a space telescope, and we are on a mission to locate 2 comets. For science. Radiation belt. Luckily, everyone's aboard the command module and not aboard the lander, as it would be fairly useless, actually. I don't think it has any shielding on it. Oh, it does, actually. I did outfit it with max shielding. You got tired of irradiating Kerbals, I guess. $400K. 350. 300. Let's go ahead and prepare for re-entry. Everybody's on board. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Okay. Well, kind of a drag to waste, but whatever. Call it a lifeboat. Dropping into sunset. Yeah, I don't think I have that re-entry mod installed on this game. I think it's time to abandon this career after all. All these mods have been updated and they don't really play nicely together when you swap them out mid-career. Alright, are we coming down on land? What do we have down there? Debris. Oh yeah, we're coming down on land. Looks like we're gonna have to use our landing legs. Yep, for sure. Destroyed. Altitude, there we are, 615 meters. Almost 5 days, exactly. 4 days, 5 hours, 15 minutes. Let's hope it's not a rough terrain. Don't really have a backup plan if it is. If it's rough terrain, these guys tumble. Don't really have backup plans. $100 meters. Hey, 10. Also, it does display the terrain table. When you get there, excellent. They have made it and they didn't fall over. Always nice. So where are we exactly? There's extraction zone. I don't know what that is. There's a Kerbo waiting for us to pick him up. Hope he has food. Hinterland. Top secret area 15. So we're actually pretty close to Harvester. Yeah. It'd be almost fun to fly from Harvester here to pick him up. But the clouds aren't the new clouds. Ever since I've seen that Shadow Zone video, I can't stop thinking about the clouds and the rain and the reflecting, the puddles of water reflecting the sky above. I did not expect KSB to do that. Well, tomorrow we'll have a new build of KSB going, some all the graphics mods, maybe a couple of part mods. Might be fun to maybe drop some airplanes or some rotary wing aircraft through the clouds of Eve. Do some purple cloud exploring. Alright, well, we did bring back decent science there, actually. 143 science, that's nice. Probably unlocked a few more contracts. Pike Space Station, no thanks. Nah, nothing new here. Let's give it a couple seconds. If we're home, come on, update contracts. Let's have another look. Ah, same tangle. Whatever. Alright, so, we will be launching the Sentinel next, but it is probably time to hit it and we'll see what's going on in the real world. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. Yeah, we'll hope to make it exciting. The video I saw from Shadow Zone did preview the purple clouds a little bit, and they looked surreal. So, looking forward to it. Have a great night, all.